Thaddeus Whitmore's coffee mug shattered on the porch steps, black liquid seeping into the weathered wood as his eyes locked on the horrific sight in his wheat field. A girl, maybe 15, was tied to the Scarecrow, her dress torn, dark hair matted with dirt and blood. The morning sun revealed the worst of it, his name, Thad, carved into her chest like a brand. His blood turned to ice. Someone had brought this child to his land, tortured her, and marked her with his name, leaving her for him to find. Why him? Why this? Thad's boots pounded the earth as he ran to the field, heart hammering. 3 years of solitude on this ranch after his wife Margaret's death, and now this. The girl's head hung forward, barely alive, her chest rising faintly. Blood streaked her wrists where ropes bit into her skin. He cut her free with his knife, catching her frail body as she collapsed. She was too light, gray-pale, starved. Her eyes fluttered open, storm-gray, filled with terror. She whispered, "He said you'd come," before going limp in his arms. Thad scanned his property, dread rising. Someone had watched him, knew his dawn routine, timed this perfectly. Why carve his name? Carrying her to the house, he felt this was no ending but a beginning. Inside, he laid her on Margaret's old bed, untouched for 3 years. Cleaning her wounds, he avoided the carved letters. She drifted in and out, muttering. Margaret liked yellow roses, planted them by the kitchen window. Thad froze. Those roses died years ago after Margaret's funeral. How could this girl know? She was too young to have known his wife. Who told you about the roses? He asked. She turned to the window, to the dead rose bushes spot. She visits me in dreams, says you're in danger. Thad's world tilted. Margaret, dead 3 years, visiting this girl? Delirium or something worse? He pressed. What's your name? Evangeline, she whispered. Call me Eva. Margaret told me you would. His grip tightened on the windowsill. Margaret was gone. Yet Eva spoke of her like they'd talked. Eva winced, trying to sit up. He's coming back, the man who brought me. The first message was to get your attention. What man? Describe him. Her eyes closed, exhaustion winning. He has Margaret's locket, she murmured before passing out. Thad's heart stopped. Margaret's silver heart locket, placed around her neck before her coffin closed. Impossible. Unless someone desecrated her grave. He rode to Pine Hill Cemetery, praying he was wrong. The grave was empty, fresh dirt scattered, deep gouges marking a deliberate theft. Someone had stolen Margaret's body, her locket, everything sacred. Hoofbeats interrupted his shock. A gray-haired man, maybe 60, with cold blue eyes, approached on horseback. Beautiful morning, Thaddeus, he said, dangling Margaret's locket. She was wearing it when we dug her up. Thad drew his gun. Where's my wife? Safe. For now. The man smiled. Shoot me, and Eva dies. My partner's watching your ranch, waiting for my signal. Thad's stomach dropped. He'd left Eva alone. What do you want? Justice, the man said. You killed my son 3 years ago, shot him like a dog outside the Silver Dollar Saloon. Memory flooded back. 3 years ago, the night Margaret died, a drunk tried to rob them. Thad shot him to protect her, but the stress triggered her weak heart. She died in the wagon. Your son was a thief, Thad said. He was 17, making a mistake. You ended his life, so I ended yours. Fair, no. The man gave an ultimatum: Devil's Ridge, sunset, alone, or Eva and Margaret's body vanish forever. Those blue eyes, Thad knew them from that night, staring down his gun. Back at the ranch, Eva was gone. The door hung open, Margaret's bed empty, sheets bloodied. A note, pinned with his carving knife, read, She screamed when we took her, like your wife screamed when we pulled her from the grave. Devil's Ridge, sunset. Come alone or they burn. Thad loaded his rifle, Eva's words echoing, Margaret told me you would. Could she know things beyond reason? The ride to Devil's Ridge took 2 hours. Smoke rose from the ridge, thick and black. Were they burning Eva? Margaret's body? He spurred his horse, desperation clawing at him, cresting the ridge. Thad's rifle fell from his hands. Margaret stood tied to a post, alive, breathing, looking as she had 3 years ago. Terror filled her eyes. "Run, Thad," she cried. The gray-haired man emerged, holding the locket. Surprised? The doctor faked her death. Laudanum slowed her heart, made it seem stopped. Patterson owed me, so he played along. Thad's world spun. Margaret hadn't died. Drugged, buried alive, then stolen. For 3 years, this man kept her prisoner while Thad grieved. "I wanted you to suffer like I did," the man said. Eva stepped out, no longer weak. Her wounds were healing fast, too fast. "Hello, father," she said to the gray-haired man. Thad's sanity frayed. "You're his daughter." "I volunteered," Eva said, smiling coldly. "Father told me how you killed my brother. I carved your name into my chest to sell it." The wounds, the blood, her fear, all an act. "We watched you for years, learned your life, your weaknesses. Margaret's roses. I studied everything." Margaret pulled against her ropes, tears falling. "I tried to escape, Thad, but they always found me." The man raised his gun. "Now you know loss. But it's not over." He pulled a detonator, wires snaking toward town. Dynamite under the schoolhouse, church, store. Enough to kill half of Cedar Falls. "Choose, save Margaret, and I press this, killing 300. Or fight me," and Eva shoots her. Eva aimed at Margaret's head. "I won't miss," father says. Thad's heart tore. Margaret or the town? "Why the town?" he asked. "They cheered when you killed my boy," the man spat. "Called you a hero." Margaret's voice was steady. "You know what to do, Thad." 10 seconds. Thad's hand hovered over his gun. Margaret nodded, forgiving, loving. At 2 seconds, he drew, aiming for the detonator. Eva's finger tightened, but Margaret freed a hand, hurling a rock at Eva's gun. The shot went wide. Thad tackled the man, fighting for the detonator. It skittered toward the cliff. "You'll never have her back," the man gasped. 3 years, and you never knew she was alive. Eva and Margaret struggled, Eva's gun firing again. Margaret cried out, shot in the side, collapsing. Eva aimed at her head. "Choose again, Thaddeus," the man said. "Drop your gun, or Eva finishes her." Margaret's warning eyes saved Thad. He dove as Dr. Patterson emerged, firing. The bullet hit the gray-haired man instead. Patterson, the real mastermind, had faked Margaret's death to hide his attempt to poison her over gambling debts she'd discovered. The gray-haired man, manipulated by grief, thought Thad killed his son unjustly. "You used his pain," Thad said. Patterson aimed again. "Should have stayed out of town." Eva, realizing the betrayal, shot Patterson 3 times. He fell, dead. She knelt by her father, dying in her arms. "You're a good girl, Eva," he whispered. "Don't let this destroy you." Thad helped Margaret up. Her wound wasn't fatal. Holding her felt miraculous after 3 years of grief. Eva, lost, sat by her father's body. 2 years later, Thad and Margaret rebuilt their life. Yellow roses bloomed again. Eva stayed in Cedar Falls, atoning by helping the community. She brought flowers to her father and brother's graves but moved forward. Thad and Margaret learned love meant fighting back to each other, stronger for it.